All right, everyone, we are back with the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Jolt, your chief host of the show, and joining me as always is none other than my co-host, Noble.
Let's talk about fashion sense in a few minutes.
Oh yes, yes, yes. I mean, gotta look good, right?
Well, hmm,
I did mean
Mm-hmm.
that as a general statement, but the what we will have for you, stay tuned, is going to shock you. That's all I'll say. So, joining us for the show, of course, we have Orange Doggo Avira.
Hello, everyone. Yes, happy Friday. Good to be back again as your resident candy corn doggo. Hope everyone's enjoying their October spooky season so far, and yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say right now until we talk about the stuff we're gonna be getting into.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I'm having a pretty good day. I was off work, so I'm kind of just chilling. Looking forward to the podcast. Hope you guys are doing all right too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Got
All
it
right.
good. Got it good. At work,
Yeah,
out
I know
at
you just
work,
had dinner, right?
and yeah, had my noms, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just slugging it out with the seasonal surprise weather. Yeah, been sluggish surprise
Yeah.
heat waves. That's all it is.
Yeah,
So
because you're in the southern hemisphere. For you guys, it's
that's
like
right.
it's approaching
Y-
spring, and
Yeah,
now for
and
me,
now we have
it's
the
it's
we
fall.
have the spring blooms.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, allergies. Sorry, Noble.
Oh
not
yeah,
to
yeah.
mention the roaring 40s.
Well,
Mm.
we might have a surprise big high temperature day. I don't know yet. Haven't had one of those springtime high temperature 40 degrees Celsius days since 10 years ago.
And
God,
your
I
face
remember
will
that.
melt off.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I was luckily at the time I was doing an exams in university, so I had the luxury of being in aircon. But so I step outside. Oof! I take the train home. They said the trains were operating at reduced speed because of the heat.
Oof, rough. And that's in Celsius. So 40 degrees Celsius. That's what is that? Like 100 degrees Fahrenheit or more?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oof, that's crazy.
And then you got the humidity.
Oh yeah, when you can't breathe and everything is just heavy and sticky and disgusting. Lovely.
The perfect time to go suiting in.
Oh, literally, yeah, the worst. Oh man.
So then, let's get stuck right into the fashion show of the year, shall we?
I
Mm-hmm.
thought peeling would be a better idea, but whatever.
Yes, we have. So, if you haven't, a retailer, a t-shirt, a fashion retailer going by Spencer's has gone off and printed furry brand style t-shirts as of
Right now,
yeah, a few years back.
we all know Spencer's as that one edgy store. You had Hot Topic and Spencer's, like those two edgy stores, at the back end of the mall, where all like the alternative kids would shop at. They had all the cool like rock T-shirts and stuff back in the day. Then they kind of changed to become like more meme worthy, especially like Spencer's and Hot Topic.
Hmm.
Spencer's really
Wait,
kept with like the what?
wait a minute. This company is actually cringe and meme. Huh, I thought they were more
It's an
serious.
No,
Oh
American
well.
like
thing. We
no,
wouldn't
like
know about
Spencer's.
it because
No, like it's like an American kind of like
a hobby store, pop
shop.
culture thingy
It kind
store.
of,
Like you're right.
yeah.
You know, things
It's
like,
it's in malls and stuff, and it has a lot of like rock and roll stuff. It's very similar to like Hot Topic, basically.
dude, I we would basically,
And
if
they'd
you're
have
not
like an adult
familiar, I
section.
could go through. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I could go through the website and stuff, but let's
Yeah.
just say a couple years, a little while back, yes, that Spencer's has put furry style shirts on the stores, and have a look at some of these.
We have Feral and Horny with a an animated head winking with his tongue out, and below that, see, I've seen this shirt before. The one below that, I don't know if that's necessarily furry, but I've seen a lot of furries wear this one, where it's like
There are
there
two
are
wolves
two,
inside of me.
yeah,
That one.
yeah. And then furries would go on to say one of them was like super horny or something.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But the top one specifically, the top one though, that looks like a legit character, like of a furry. So I don't know who made that or who printed it
like
or whatever, but probably yeah.
Do you have any other
I wouldn't be
examples?
surprised.
Because
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. There's some more here actually. The one that I will send you. And now that this, however, has not made our show, has now made our show 18 plus. So thanks, furries,
Oh
for
goodness.
ruining everything as you normally do.
I think it's more Spencers that have done this because
Yeah, I mean, look, who comes up with the stuff? Furries. Who retails it off? Spencers. Both of them have kind of ruined it all. Not
That's
that
the
it's-
perfect combination.
Yeah, well, you got to find somebody who's willing to ship the goods.
See, I'm wondering if it is like if a furry reached out to Spencer's and says, "Oh, can you use my character in this printout and then sell it in your store?" I mean, probably. Like, where do you think that
No.
one came from?
No. My expectation would be more if they turned around instead and asked if there are any furry artists out there that'd be willing to do some artwork. But I don't think that's the actual case. So, Joel, can you bring up that picture that's
Okay.
going to basically ruin
Here
our
we go. Here's some more
show for
examples
the-
of furries being classic furries with their choice of merchandise. Here we go. All right, you got examples here. First row of the shelves. This is a store, of course. By goodness, I'll sniff it before I hit it. Top one there, depicting a wolf in a cow, in a fedora.
Okay.
Next one here, just the text, nothing but text. My other fursuit had come in it.
Oh, who would? Okay, go on. Go on.
Okay, who would unironically
Who's
put
advertising?
that on a shirt and then with text as it is
Who would
read.
wear that?
Unfortunately, we've met one on the chat who would probably go and buy a dozen of the bastards.
I mean, honestly, same. Well, not same for me, but I've known people that will probably wear this at a con just to get a fucking laugh out of people.
Yeah,
They're like, "What are you doing, dude?" It's like any of those like weird, stupid
it's
shirts,
one of those
you
things
know.
for shits and giggles. You're right.
The artwork, when I had a closer look, appeared to be more AI based, at least from that last shot, than the previous one. But still, there's a potential that it could all just literally be AI.
No, I mean I asked about it, and then some people have said like the merchandise and all of that is legitimate. The web store is legitimate, so Spencers are indeed selling them and stacking them on their shelves.
I'm
The
referring
artwork,
to the
though, the artwork. You definitely know some people have been using AI to do that and then doing some creative Photoshop.
I personally would have preferred if they had gone out and tried to do a big thing about this by commissioning some of the like high, big name furry artists out there to do some cringy shirts. At least ones that were more playful than the type you'd want to bury your head in the sand with.
Yeah, the thing is, like, a lot of the cringy kind of goofy shirts that Spencers would typically sell, they're not furry themed. Like they would be, they would apply to everyone, but they'd have sex jokes or something,
Right,
goofy
exactly.
and stupid, something you'd wear to the bar. But this is specifically catering to furries, and like, oh yeah, my fursuit has cum in it. The average person would look at that shirt and be like, "What the fuck does that mean?" Like they probably wouldn't really know.
Look, looking at it, I don't see it as playful or funny or something you can have a fun at. It's more the type of I want to beat my head into the wall because I just saw that.
It's right, like it's more. This is the sort of thing, dude. I think there's the only other place I could think of where you would fit in wearing this sort of thing is at one of those pride parades.
Yeah, I agree with Jolt on that.
Ouch. Yeah, that is a good point. Did not consider that, but you're probably right. That's probably the only appropriate setting for something like that. Where you can actually wear it with pride and not unironically. Yeah, probably.
Well, I wouldn't want to jinx it. I can think of a few more other places where a shirt like that would be fitting outside of the FurCon and the Pride Parade. But but yes, the reactions to these have been a bit all over the place with fashion. I mean, of course, you've got the people who said, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe they print this," but they've also got people like this Bootoon at Bootoon who says, I'm sure it's already happened, but I'm waiting for more people to hop up on their pedestal and preach to the fandom about how buying furry shirts from Spencer's is detrimental to us as a community.
No, I just think
Oh,
it
yeah.
shows how cringy you are or you want to be.
Yeah,
Right,
because
it
of
just
my
shows.
capitalism bad, right?
Right, it's not just
No,
that.
because of the
No, no,
shit that's written on it.
yeah, like the message that's written on the shirts, like it just shows you're right. Like you're not only are you cringe, yet you're also a sex-obsessed fiend.
I seriously would have preferred to have seen a ooh, is this a waffle?
Right, like the the cringy Owo and Uru shirts. Yeah, that screams cringe. This one, however, screams. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Like the messaging on this one just screams, okay, yeah, dude.
All right, look, if you're out there and you're someone who's like adjacent furry or no idea what furry is, and you've got someone who's into
Yeah,
furry shit, buy a bunch of these shirts and gift it to them just to see how they react. Because if they reacted out of horror, then you've definitely got someone on your hands that's not let's just say deep in the subculture.
exactly. It's the sort of thing, like a normie looks at this shirt and then reacts to it. If they basically like open their eyes in abject horror, then yes.
The thing is, the first one, maybe this is just where my furry mind is going, of the wolf guy, with the fedora saying, "Oh, I'll sniff it before I, what did it say exactly?" Well,
Before I hit it.
I don't know. Yeah, you see, it would make more appropriate if it said, "Yiff it." No, I'd sniff
Yeah,
it
right,
before I
right.
yiff it,
Yeah.
and that's more furry oriented. Because the other phrase seems more like a normal person would probably get that, like, "Oh yeah, dog sniff butts," haha, like shit like
Or,
that. Like they would probably just get it. But
if you're
using that term would be
exactly.
different.
Or if you're a a stoner, then of course, dude, weed,
Yeah, stoner.
LMAO. Like
They might get the furry culture, maybe.
But yes, 100%. There's a lot more to this too. Spencer's has a lot more than just the furry shirts. I'll tell you this, because I've been able to get. You can look at the web store for Spencer's, and this is what they've got on sale. All right, let's have a look. They've got fake purple handcuffs. Okay, fair. They're they're toys for pleasure, of course. Fuzzy backpack, fuzzy socks, white furry full
Whoa.
gloves, and orange fox furry head full mask.
Whoa, hold on a second. That looks like a legit fursuit head.
Yeah, and it looks extremely generic, which
right,
preferable.
Like
are they actually selling that specifically?
Like a made in China suit.
Wow. Well, Spencer's has always sold, adult toys and whatnot. They have like the back section and stuff. Yeah, we know that. But the fursuit heads, unless they're selling the ones, from like in China, the Temu basic knockoff versions, or they're actually working with real fur artists to do this, which is not likely.
Yeah, likely.
With the stuff we've seen so far, I'm pretty sure they haven't tried to reach out to the community and go, "Oh, hey, can we get some help?" It's like, yeah, no.
No, and even then, if you went to a proper fursuit maker, they probably would have to sell it for an arm and a leg in order to stay, to make it profitable.
Well, that's why you can't mass produce fursuits. Like,
right, and so because of
that,
factory
could, but nah.
Yeah, but so in something like this, they'd have, of course, their only option would, of course, to go to China.
Yeah, and Spencer's is kind of treating it as just a fetish kind of thing. It's not
I mean, it is.
Well,
It
well,
is kind of
partially,
like
partially.
a,
Like with the selling of the body parts and stuff like that, like the heads, kind of like that's kind of specifically
Wait,
for
is there a
that.
dog?
But the T-shirts are more for fun, though. I think.
Yeah, they've got like all sorts of fur masks. Here's more in the web shop. Yes, a dog mask.
Border
A
collie.
wolf
Now, if they
mask.
actually looked like that, well, maybe not that squirrel one. That's kind of creepy.
Oh, that's a
Or
wolf
or
fur
the
mask,
gray
not a
wolf,
squirrel
whatever that
mask.
is. Yeah.
That's more like a mascot head, but you get the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but they have the ears and paws. I mean, those are kind of cute.
Right, yeah, they got the dog ones, they got those. It's
I mean, I don't really
I'm
see a
so-
big problem with that, so long as the heads are like actually what they're advertising is what they get.
I'm looking at this and thinking this is just way too cringeworthy. It really is. I'm sorry.
And why? Because a big company is kind of catering to furries.
No, it's the way it looks. I mean, if
the
they'd
style of
actually
the-
hired,
yeah.
so if they'd bothered to hire someone or get a team of people together to make like a decision about what to sell that was more realistic to the fandom, then yeah, by all means, go buy the shit. But this is just bad. I'm sorry, I cannot see this as being anything like funny or entertaining. It's just bad.
Right, like, and compared to other retailers like Spirit Halloween and stuff that sells these fursuit starter kits, trademarked TM. Can't get over that. Yeah, but it's like you look at this, it's like when you want a fursuit, but you don't have the kind of money to pay to get the one you want,
Mm-hmm.
is the sort of vibe that hits.
Yeah, you go to Walmart and get get the Chinese made
Exactly.
knockoff version. Oh my god! But Spencer's, yeah, they've always sold stuff like that per se, so that's why I can't necessarily knock it and say it's all terrible. The heads, though, that's no. You
Yeah,
can't just be
and
selling fursuit heads like those. They're
yeah,
hundreds of dollars per head.
the heads is one thing though. The shirts, on the other hand, yeah, it basically fulfills like unironically fulfills every single stereotype, and it's just kind of funny that that the whole going back to the whole reaction where somebody said that buying these is detrimental to the community from a image standpoint.
No,
Well,
it isn't. It's like it's nothing. It's like, oh my goodness, I can't even describe it. It's like a grain of sand compared to the heap of everything else that the furry fandom
yeah,
has
of all the problems that
attached to it.
furry has, like in its own, like
So
problems with image and public perception. They,
right,
that's
like some goofy, edgy shirts sold in an alternative, culture shop in like a mall is probably not the greatest detriment to the community.
yeah, in terms
And
of
a lot of
public
furries would buy them
perception,
too.
viewpoint. Yes,
Nah,
and
this is
people
all
would
just
buy them.
cringe.
Mhm.
That's all it is. It is just cringe and no.
Well, I used to shop at Spencer's back in the day when I was like in high school, middle school. That was like the fun place to go, hanging out at the mall with your friends, going to like Hot Topic at Spencer's, and some of those other cool stores that sold like the gadgets and gizmos and shit. But we would have fun there. Now, or even then, I don't think I would buy those shirts necessarily. At least not the ones that we've discussed, because they're kind of just
Cringe.
off-putting, off-putting, low class, kind of just immature. I don't know, but I can definitely see myself like if Spencer's were serious and they actually like reached out to real furry artists and was like, "Hey, I can sell your T-shirts in Spencer's." Like that'd be awesome. I'd love to make a design, have it printed and sold at the freaking mall. I mean, that'd be awesome, man.
Mhm.
So in
Could
that
you-
case, I would support that. Sure.
Could you imagine if they'd already printed up and had one about a ooh bulge?
But yeah, right. Probably. Ooh,
Yeah.
notice his bulgies. Ooh. And it's like
Yeah.
just like a bunch of pop print and cool looking designs. Yeah,
I'd have
probably.
to wonder how quickly they'd have to pull that though.
Right, like in light of recent events, especially.
Or how much the price would go up, maybe. This is our last in stock. Price is up now, 150%. I don't know, man.
Honestly, I think if they tried to sell a shirt that said, "No, this is your bulge," or "Well, what's this?" in light of recent events, they would basically have a heap of comments and a lot of complaints thrown their way.
Yeah. That's a very common thing furries say all the time. All the memes and shit. Oh, good.
Well, I guess now at the end of the day, it's just just as well. Like it'll appeal to only a certain amount of a certain kind of demographic at that point if they choose to keep that shirt up. But I digress.
So Jolt, in the article, did it say anything about where these designs came from? Like, was it made by Spencer's? Like, is it a Spencer's brand or is it a third party that's selling the store at Spencer's?
There's no article.
Honestly, again, I'm not so sure. I wouldn't be so sure about all that stuff because these
I
days
thought
with
there was an
shirts,
article about it.
people do all sorts of shirts. They can do, yeah. Like if they just send the graphic and tell Spencer's to print it, sure, and sell it, sure, why not? So, yeah, it's a whole complicated load of what the whole thing is like with custom products.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I thought we had like an article specifically about it.
No,
Like
It's
about
just
like okay, we don't have that. Oh crap.
It's
All right.
social media.
Well, still pretty interesting.
Hmm.
Cringe though. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. If I were to go into Spencer's and see that, I think I would be. I would definitely notice it for sure. Be like, oh, that's a furry design for sure. Either it's AI
Yeah.
or
It's like they
like
put
I would totally clock it.
like exactly like they put it in a certain section of the shelves, and then there you go.
Yeah, and then if I saw those cringe like Timu masks, I'd be like, all right, y'all have sold out like Walmart. Can't do it. I think Party City tried doing that too.
Hmm.
Boombox. I'm sorry. I wonder if we get Shark Girls for Shark Week. Now. We should also have the Shark Boys.
All right. So I guess we've had enough to do about that. Let's go and find the next thing we have on the agenda.
All right.
All right. So here's the next thing we've got. Japanese anime manga storefront DL site launches its own payment service to fight back against credit card censorship. Right. I mean, we've all known that the past couple of episodes we've talked about how Visa and MasterCard have run rampant being like moral and content puritans trying to control what you can and cannot purchase. And they've had a particular eye on the Japanese market, particularly anime and manga based content.
So what's happened now specifically with this company? What are they doing? And who are they?
Right. So in finally standing up to the current wave of Western Puritanism and its grip on private businesses worldwide, Japanese digital storefront DL site, itself a popular source of various otaku-related media, including manga, video games, and doujinshi, has launched their own personal payment processor with the goal of creating a society where all customers can cherish what they love and enjoy content with peace of mind.
Now, this is probably the absolute worst possible time that Visa and MasterCard could have pulled this stunt.
Right.
At this around this time, the Japanese government are trying to expand the type of businesses that are in Japan, and a payment processor is basically like turning around and putting, petrol on a bloody fire. It's going to explode. They're going to see this. They're going to go, "Oh, hello!" And with any luck, hopefully this will go international, and instead of just having Visa and MasterCard, we'll get a third company that's Japanese turning around with their own payment sort of system. It'd be nice if they also brought out their own card system as well.
Okay, so this is an overall positive thing then, right?
Well, hopefully they turn around and just basically ram into the whole thing really hard and turn around and I can't think right now. My allergies.
There's a lot more too, and Japan is also releasing in translation everyone's bank, which is a digital bank that that they're doing the whole same thing with regarding you know
So instead of having a
banking
brick
for
and mortar
everything.
location, it's all basically done through the app or their website.
Yeah. And so because of this, with the whole thing though, like Japan wants to do business in the not just in the Japanese market, but also in the global market as well. So,
So this
you
is
know,
basically a retaliation against censorship when it comes to an alternative payment processing method
So
per se,
this
like to
is
compete with
this
the current one.
the censorship that was brought in by Visa and Mastercard to try to prevent people from buying certain things.
Mhm.
This is a response to it.
Right.
Now, it's early
That's
days, but all it is
Mhm.
a payment processor and a bank that's only available in Japan currently. What I was trying to bring about, what I'd like to see or talk about, is hopefully this will go international. Right now, the Japanese government is trying to expand the type of businesses they have, and they're trying to get, you know, more business going. And a payment processor like this, yeah. I mean, can you imagine if Steam ended up using it? If it went international?
right.
Yeah.
If businesses basically tailored, their payment processing based on their needs and stuff, like if you want to buy manga and that, then by all means do it, stick to local solutions and then expand the market outwards is what you do. And
If you
so because of this, it's
How is this going to compete with censorship per se? Like, so they would be buying the same things that they could normally buy, except they're just not using Visa or Mastercard. They're just using another
right,
payment processor for it.
their own thing,
Right.
pretty much.
So they can just get
So
around. So there are things that are just these two companies are censoring that they don't want their customers to buy things. Like, how is that good for business whatsoever? It's not.
it's
mm,
post 2020, what do you expect?
I,
right.
I expect companies
And
to be a
here's the
little bit
thing:
smarter than that. But
if
damn.
if Visa and Mastercard had decided not to be, not to all that, and use their hegemonic power to, to go all control-y, then none of this would have had to happen. But as
Taking
it
a
Well,
as it stands, Visa and Mastercard are actually the ones, harming, how we conduct businesses on, on online and all that.
they have such a
If you really
huge
think about it.
monopoly too. That's the problem. Yeah,
Australian
they're enormous.
Karens to the rescue! Australian Karens destroy two major companies that basically rule the world.
Oh my god.
I know, right? Like the whole story about them trying to step to games like Grand Theft Auto and that, and win and have a massive whinge. Oh, goodness,
Oh,
how
please.
sad.
I think GTA's bad. Maybe they should go try to play the other one. Postal.
hmm Yeah, but there's a whole lot more than just buying, anime and manga with this. It's what they're saying with this new payment processor and everyone's bank. Their whole vision is to say, that this whole thing is going to blend into everyone's daily life, and the group has a philosophy of providing rich and enjoyable everyday living with it. So
Well, that
maybe,
doesn't sound dystopian at all.
no. Like, I mean, yes, maybe the whole idea was indeed born of necessity based on Visa and Mastercard's actions, but if it with a scope that basically chooses to expand out further than that, yeah.
I've seen on Twitter that a bunch of people are asking for this to come to the West, and I have to wholeheartedly agree with that.
Hmm.
hmm And like we said, it's just early days right now, so we will see how that all turns out. Because now, let's be real here, like that we're at the juncture in time where where digital payments have pretty much dominated how we do shopping nowadays, right?
Yeah, like cashless society, basically.
Yeah. So of course we'll have the option that there will still be those who set up shops and then sell their stuff taking cash and all of that, and then
Could
there'll
you
be
imagine?
those you know who
Could you
will
imagine
what,
if this takes off in the furry fandom? Yeah, this
dude.
one. If this Japanese company does in fact broaden their horizons to other countries, I have to wonder how quickly furries would turn around and jump on it.
Right, but first, I think furries will basically jump onto another option if if all of their precious porn was censored off by Visa, Mastercard, and PayPal.
Yeah, that would be a game changer for sure. If that's messed with, there's definitely going to be a backlash in the fandom immediately. Can't be sacrificing that.
Mm-hmm. But but I think what? I think this is a sort of thing that might just happen soon enough, considering PayPal is basically eyeing restrictions on people who are trying to use their services to purchase 18 plus content, whether that's manga or furry porn or what have you. Take that away, and then next thing you know, maybe in a couple of years, we might actually have the bank of furry.
With its own crypto and everything. I guess. Maybe.
Oh, I don't know about its own crypto. You could, if it did, you basically have a coin that has the cringiest name on it, like Owo coin.
Yes. Uwu
We already
beans.
have Doge.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no,
well,
no, no! They
there
won't.
is
They won't
Doge.
do that. Though, remember, Elon man bad.
Yeah. I don't know. Doge is still pretty good.
Yeah,
Maybe it'd
right,
be like
right.
correlated. Like, how many beans do you have? Oh, I got this many beans.
No, really,
I don't know.
but really though, it's more like baby steps at a time. The bank of let's just say like let's say the bank of furry launches with its own thing. They probably won't do the whole crypto thing yet. They won't they won't have their own blockchain yet. But let's say they have their own thing to bypass Visa, Mastercard, and PayPal for payments to start with, and then next thing what happens is the whole people are going to go in and the whole payment processor thing gets fragmented. Will this be enough to break up the monopoly that Visa and Mastercard have? It'll take years for sure, but what do you think?
Yeah, it might take a while. Yeah,
How
to
about
break it up.
Coin?
I'm not really sure. Yift
Oh,
coin. Oh, that's a good one. Yes.
Look,
Okay, I'm on board with that one.
long term, I could just see Visa and Mastercard getting knocked down a peg or two. That's about it.
yeah. Like in the long term, they'll basically like they're Visa and Mastercard have gone off. Like they've said all these things. They wanna cozy up to gaming with the plan of trying to really, like, if you read between the lines, control what games you can or can't buy.
Yeah, and that's really the crux of it. Like that's what it comes down to. They want censorship of what can and cannot be bought and sold, and that's the one way of controlling it. And they have the monopoly, so they have the power to do that. That's what happens when you let Karens infiltrate their business model and interrupt consumers. That's what's going on, man.
Yeah, here's one from her.
Yeah.
Removing these suspiciously wealthy furries from Visa MasterCard network would have serious economic consequences for them.
Yeah, Yeah, it would. You don't want to lose that demographic. No, sir.
Mm-mm-mm. Next thing you know, removing all of those people from there, and then bam, the whole thing is just going to collapse. And yep. But anyway, besides that though, can he just like next thing you know, but you know what, furries are an adaptable, resilient bunch. So next thing you know, they'll switch to coins to buy their thing. You just watch. You just watch. So then, anything else to add on to it, or shall we move forward?
Let's move forward.
All right.
All right. Onward.
Two. Onwards. All right. This is an AI thing that we've got here. Nintendo issues an official statement in response to generative AI claim as OpenAI CEO Sam Altman calls Sora 2 copyrighted character videos interactive fan fiction.
So Nintendo is responding to this. What's actually the problem here?
Right. The problem, let's have a read of the first paragraph here. OpenAI has vowed to give copyright holders more granular control over character generation after its Sora 2 app produced a flood of videos that depicted copyrighted characters, including those owned by Nintendo. And of course, following the launch of Sora 2, social media was awash with videos featuring licensed characters such as Mario, Pikachu, and a whole lot of other Pokemon, being generated with AI in imagery and videos and what have you.
Okay.
Yeah. I love this saving Private Pikachu.
Yes, this is the depiction of saving Private Pikachu.
Oh, cool. Look at that. He just zapped the gunner. Oh my god.
The Dark Knight, but it's a Pikachu. What?
Oh, this is epic. What the heck?
With the Joker as a Meowth, and of course, like the tail looking so goofy, it is 100% AI.
Yes, and the bat signal is a lightning bolt. Oh my goodness. It's so goofy.
I know, right? It's so crazy, like how much exactly you're capable of doing with AI. It is absolutely
it's really it's fun, man. Now, Jolt, you and I were talking about this earlier. Oh, I'm sorry, Noble. Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens with this whole Sora 2 thing because, I love to see Nintendo basically shitting themselves at this point. But what really sort of upset me is the fact that you had people turning around and making videos of individuals who are dead and then forwarding it onto the actual relatives. And while you might think that that's a fun thing to do, no, that's very horrible.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, the potential for this is crazy.
Morally wrong. Yeah, there's potential for it to be abused for sure, but I don't think that requires regulation for people to not be able to create anything they want to. That's the whole fun of it, right? You can basically make any idea you have come to life. Now people can do this in any way. It's the same thing as telling someone, "Oh, go F yourself." You know, you shouldn't say it, but you should be free.
The thing is, fine, if you want to turn around, take a dead celebrity and generate a video of them, that's one thing. Can't really stop you from doing it. But then to turn around and send it to the relatives as oh my God, look at this. No, absolutely not.
Well, yeah, that's disgusting. Yeah, of course. That's morally reprehensible. You know,
and that's what people have been doing.
You don't do that, right?
That's the issue that I take is that people have... It's specifically Robin Williams who I'm referring to. I just hope someone does it to your family if you feel like doing that to others. So, have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like that sort of stuff is it is the main stuff that people are you got to watch out for, definitely.
But
And
there's a lot of other stuff too. It's not just you know people abusing it to harass people by using images of dead relatives. That's horrific. There's a plethora of all kinds of ways to abuse this kind of thing. But yeah, Joel, you and I earlier were talking about just how impressive AI has become at creating artwork, and I was thinking about how this is going to put so many people out of business. Now, granted, yeah, we've talked about this before, but with it seems to be accelerating exponentially, like way quicker. Like even just 2 years ago, it would have been impossible kind of stuff that we have now. Now it's almost indistinguishable AI art. And a lot of people that are like digital artists or like want to get into like animating and stuff like that, they're really at a disadvantage because, dude, all you had to do is like put in a few prompts and a description, and then boom, you have like a professionally made looking masterpiece that you would have charged like $100 for before this was possible to do. So it's very, I think, off-putting to artists that want to be animators or get into the digital art space specifically. I think it's going to put a lot of people off from even trying to be creative anymore.
yeah,
Sora's powerful,
absolutely.
man. Like it's crazy what it could do. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like there's you've got, in this case, like to get back to the point of like, putting people out of work, you've got, you got writers guilds and artists and animators who have been put out of work because of people using AI tools, and that, AI can actually cut a lot of costs regarding, labor costs when you're doing
Oh,
things
for
like,
sure.
making movies. Yeah.
The thing is,
Yeah,
if you're
you can be
having
like, hey,
fun with
AI,
it,
right?
you can have fun with it. But the problem is when you actually try to put it to proper work, that's when shit sort of hits the fan and things fall apart.
Right.
When you realize, like, hey, I actually don't need a marketing team of 7 people. I could cut it down to like 2, and they can just write prompts in an AI and get me the same thing that I want for my company. Why don't they can cut costs like that by using programs instead of humans. You see that happening a lot. And even just like the average person, it's like, why should I bother learning how to code when I can just like ask an AI to do it for me?
The problem is you also have to know how to code in order to catch the mistakes that it'll make.
For now.
Hmm. So to go back to the whole regarding, licensed characters being AI generated and fan fiction, let us go back and read through all of this. So, OpenAI had, because of after the launch of Sora 2, OpenAI had begun contacting movie studios and other intellectual property owners to offer them the chance to retroactively opt out of their fictional characters being available within the app's AI videos. That differed from the approach OpenAI said it would take to using the likeness of a recognizable public figure, which required that person to opt in. So now that they've taken a bit of feedback, make a few changes. So again, rights holders will be given more granular control over the generation of characters, similar to how people can opt in to share their own likeness in the app, but with additional controls.
Okay, so they can change them and modify them enough to make them, more unique and stuff.
Either that or like if you want to think but you have this if they say okay you do it but you have to use this Temu knockoff of Pikachu or something, for example.
Okay, and I guess that to like avoid infringement or whatever. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, because like they're hearing from a lot of rights holders who are very excited for this new kind of interactive fan fiction and think this new kind of engagement will accrue a lot of value to them, but want the ability to specify how their characters can be used, including not at all.
Okay.
Yeah. So really, at the end of the day, licensed properties, have a right. Of course, a licensed property holder has the right to protect their own, their own creations, including even being used from AI.
I'm
Which
pretty
is all
sure at this point, if they didn't allow this, they would have gotten their asses sued.
big time. Imagine the amount of lawsuits that would be thrown at them, and then OpenAI would have to be, yeah. And you're right, just the sheer amount of stuff, like you can imagine all this stuff, like making crossovers out of all that. It's nuts. The potential to, to dream up licensed characters in properties you never would have thought possible is crazy. And yeah, like so much potential out of it. And so the meat and bones of what we're trying to get to what we originally started with is this, though. Nintendo's statement to that sort of thing. So Nintendo, like, they were accused, one of the politicians accused, Nintendo of avoiding using generative AI to protect its IP and, engaging in lobbying activities with the government. But, at the end of the day, Nintendo is still, trying to protect their stuff. They have to. And
Yeah, of course.
right now, though, the problem that we have is, of course, you already know how Nintendo has been very, very happy to use, the legal system to weaponize to crush dissent and differing ideas and all that, right? Pal World.
There's that.
And so, when what happens when we get to the whole fringe case of, Nintendo, basically you can't do that because they're, not allowed to. You can't AI generate Mario or Pikachu or anything like that.
Well, the downside is, at the moment, it's difficult. It will get difficult to do it with the official Sora too. But when you get third parties turning around and using that model themselves, shit's out the window.
Yeah, right. Like, because now there's a whole slew of AI models getting into the whole image and animation and video generation. You've got Elon Musk's Grok, which is the X AI. Google's got their own AI thing, and then of course you have the Chinese who are getting into it as well. And
I'm pretty sure the Chinese one, Winnie the Pooh's basically completely off the table.
Oh, bother.
Oh, you 100% can bet on it too. Like, they just won't. They just like, well, blue screen, can't do it. Sorry, this prompt cannot be generated. Oh, that reminds me. You should probably try asking its AI. Like, I think the first thing they did was try asking, the Chinese AI DeepSeek about Winnie the Pooh. See where that got.
Oh, they did? Oh, goodness. What did it say?
Oh, I don't know. No, I didn't really check it out yet. But if it did answer that question, well, I guess kudos to them. If not, well. Yeah. So really, at the end of the day, AI and licensed properties is still a very, very very, very tricky ground to tread on. Really think about it. For original content, yeah, 100%, go for it. For that sort of thing, or for dicking around, yeah, that's when the AI gets a bit dicey to use.
Only a bit.
Well, it could be worse. Again, bit's probably an understatement. I probably should have chosen a different word. You're right.
A tad smidgen with sarcasm. How does that work?
Right. Because, it's so funny. Like, you've seen, there's a lot of stuff you've seen, like in even like other game companies have seen people using AI generated images to make these Bandai Namco branded figurines and sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Of of model cars and stuff, and especially people who you did the whole Bandai Namco thing that forced them to make a statement because it reflected a recent tragedy last month. Yeah, you could probably guess what kind of figurine they they AI generated that got Bandai Namco to make a statement out of it to decrying it.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Mm.
It'd be nice if people were more adult and could separate cringy parody from actual corporate setups, but no, unfortunately, that's not possible.
No, right?
I loved how people thought that two of the recent Pokemon game, a Pokemon game that was recently announced and a Power World game that was recently announced, were basically similar to the point where people are like, Pell World! Yeah, right.
Oh, that's right. I was meant to talk about this on the show a couple of weeks back, but never got around to it. That's right. It is a game called Pal Farm, which basically, when Pokemon made their whole Pokopia thing, which is the whole Pokemon X Minecraft sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Pal World releases a farming game that's kind of similarly like it. And then the reaction to it, the timing, you just feel like it could not have been better. Because, a few days after Pokemon released their Pokemon X Minecraft game, Pokopia, Pal World releases the trailer for Pal Farm, and then I just reacted to this. Yeah, this is a perfect troll move.
Yeah, right.
For me, it's
Perfect
sort of like
timing.
the timing was perfect, but
I mean, it could have been a coincidence, but come on, it seemed too good to be not planned.
Right.
Dang, right
But
on.
you know what? I think in this case, Pal World is in the clear because even the developers said that this was basically planned some time in the making. So in that case,
Yeah.
no, not gonna happen. Not gonna get not the whole thing is gonna happen, but they're not gonna get friggin' in trouble for such a thing. But yeah, so whatever it is, whatever makes Pokemon a bit more pissed off that that their lawsuits aren't exactly having generating the effect that they want it to, is basically like a lot of good in people's eyes at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the Nintendo stick.
Oh man, it's nuts. It's just so funny. Pokemon basically tries to capitalize it, to be this whole monopoly over everything, and the concept of something. Nah, not gonna happen anymore.
Oh, Pal World has definitely taken a good chunk of that audience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've noticed now, like even the Pokemon people are now eyeing onto Digimon now, because the new Digimon game came out, and there's been some interest in Pokemon fans switching over.
There's also an animated show that they've done another series to it. So
yeah, Digimon Beat Break. Heard about it. Yeah, kind of also helps that I've been playing Digimon recently on PC, so there's that.
Nice.
So that's
right
good.
on.
Right. So I guess that's all we've got for the shows. Who'd like to just quickly close out with a statement?
How about you, Avira?
Alrighty. Well, it wasn't as much of as bonkers week as I assumed it would be. Of course, I'd like to welcome everyone who's listening to hoping you're having a very good season so far. Of course, October is the best month in my opinion. Totally not biased or anything. Let's see. What was the first story we talked about?
Oh, furry shirts at Spencer's.
The what?
The furry merchandise at Spencer's.
Oh yeah. I don't know, man. I haven't been to Spencer's in like probably over a decade. That's kind of more for like the edgy teens and like college kids that go to still. Um, I don't know. If Spencer's is like making their own furry art just to cater to the furries specifically, I think that's pretty cringe, as Noble said earlier. But if they actually are reaching out to like furry artists, like, hey, I have some design, I have some printouts, can you sell it in Spencer's? If they're doing that, I think that's pretty cool. So that's kind of like just where I stand on that. Otherwise, man, AI is getting way too good too quickly. Like it is insane. The power it has. Just from single images, it can make videos. It can generate music. I'm starting to think like I'm making a list of all the jobs that like could be taken by AI, and it's the list just goes on. Like you don't really need people to like write a lesson plan for teachers anymore. You can just literally make a program that does it for you. Like I've known people that are teachers that do this now. It's nuts. Not to get into that too crazily. To end on a more positive note, guys. You know, happy Friday. I don't really have anything else to say except for I don't know. I'm just hope everyone has their Halloween decorations up, and if you do, let me know in the comments and any of these videos and stuff. What kind of spooky setups you have going on? Because I love that kind of shit. And yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. See you next time.
No.
All right.
For me, the whole Spencer shirt thing was just ridiculous. Look, don't buy it because it's cool. No, don't buy it because it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, if they actually had some decent cringy shit on there, fine, by all means. But no, it's just terrible. It's ridiculous. The whole anime bank thing, yes, I really want to see that take off and come to Australia because I'm pretty damn sure I'd even be signing up for it. Simple reason being, not Visa, not MasterCard, and my bank's kind of pissed me off recently. So, yeah, I'm looking for a new player. And the whole video AI thing that Nintendo's getting a stick up their ass about, great. I want to see more fucking drama like that. I want to see things completely fall apart for Nintendo at this point because they don't know what the hell they're doing. Bricking consoles because people play like secondhand games. Okay, let's see where that gets you. I'm done.
Yeah, and there's more Nintendo's messed up, but I think we've talked about that on end and will continue to do so. So, in all that said, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this as much as we did making it. As always, you can find our episodes on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, Plato.fm, iHeartRadio, BitChute, and more. Oh my god, it's an orange doggo! And with that, I would like to wish you all a happy Friday, a happy season wherever you are in the world. And this is all we have for the week. Farewell, and until next time.
I miss the Black Friday madness.
Bro, you're too early for Black Friday.